Today's been pretty warm outside compared to the temperatures we've had over the last week, so it was a perfect day to skim coat the ceiling. We've got this window cracked, we've got a fire going in the stove.
We're Riley and Courtney Casey. After traveling for 6 months in a truck camper we built ourselves, we fell in love with North Idaho and purchased 20 acres of raw, off-grid land. We spent the summer building our 30 by 40 barn dominium, and with the weather changing, we are pushing hard to get our building insulated, heated, and comfortable.
Hey, darling, can I tell you what's been on my mind? Sick and tired of the 9 to 5 in the city life. Hey, darling, we could get out of town. See the
Well, we planned on doing our fire barrier drywall today, but when I went down to grab a sheet, then I remembered that all of our bathroom drywall was stacked on top of it. And that means I can no longer put off something that I've been avoiding, which is figuring out all of the drain plumbing. So what I'm doing right now is drilling holes for the vent lines to go up through the interior walls. Once we get all the vents in, then I'm feeling confident enough that it's time to sheetrock this bathroom. Woo! Right as I was starting that hole, I remember that our friends Walt and Carol lent us their hole hog for this very purpose. And I think this is gonna work way better. So thank you very much, Walt and Carol, for lending us your hole hog. I've never used one of these before. Here we go. That drill is awesome, but I can see why they call it a right angle break your arm drill. The good news is I got through. The bad news is that despite being super careful, I still ended up getting this electrical wire completely wound up around the drill. Dang it! Luckily it's a pretty easy one to get to and not a huge step back, but still not really what I wanted to do today. Hey Courtney.
Yeah.
What happens when you leave me unsupervised?
Are there extra holes? What happened?
Why would I be holding wire?
You did not. You drilled through the wire? Was it hot?
Well, no.
Okay. Oh, Riley.
This is why I can't be left unsupervised, because Courtney would have gone down to make sure there was nothing in the way. Instead, I just went for it, assuming there was nothing in the way. So both of these bathroom interior walls are going to get a vent pipe in them, and nicking that wire down in the floor reminded me that when we did the wiring in the kitchen, we ran wires on the top of this wall that I'm definitely going to hit if I try to drill through them. So I think I have to go up in the attic and drill from above. Kind of the downside to already having sheetrock on the ceiling, you know, obviously we did some of this in a different order and now it's coming back to bite us, but at least we're working in the warmth and I'm in a t-shirt, not bundled up, freezing cold. Wish me luck.
Bet you didn't think you were going in the attic that soon.
No, but it is what it is. Courtney came up with a plan that I liked a lot better, which is that we're gonna cut a small hole in the drywall so I can reach my hand up in there, move the wires out of the way, and then drill the hole. I started going up into the attic and it was going to be really hard. Due to the way the trusses are designed and the insulation we blew in, the space to work up here gets really small and I would have been like crouching, army crawling back into this corner, which I'm going to have to do to glue the pipes together. But if I'm gonna do it, I only want to do it once, and Courtney volunteered to patch the drywall, so here we go. So we're gonna reach up through the little hole and glue this extension in so that the vent pipe is in a much easier to get to spot for later, so I don't have to arm crawl into this little tiny corner. Take this, bring it. Oh, the stripping.
Oh gosh.
Oh my god, that's like the best news ever. I have been dreading having to go up there and connect these down in the corner, and now I don't have to. And that concludes Riley's guide to plumbing in the attic without going in the attic. Thanks, Courtney, for patching my holes.
We had talked about in our insulation episode that it's super important that we don't let moist air get up into the attic. And so I'm going around right now and I'm sealing with foam all of our penetrations that we've made for wires so that air can't get through.
Does it feel quieter in here?
What?
Does it feel... If I scream, she won't be able to hear me.
I've decided that a house is just glue and screws. That's it. You just put screws in and then you put glue on, and then you put screws in and then you put glue on. And eventually it looks like a house, I think.
Does paint count as glue?
Yeah.
I asked Courtney for some help with a sheet of drywall. She said, give me 2 minutes. I'm not willing to wait 2 minutes. So I'm going to attempt to bring it in here by myself. Oh. These sheets are getting heavier. It worked!
The goal is to do the least amount of sanding possible because it's super messy. But I still do a little bit of sanding in between each coat just to make sure there's not any high spots that are going to mess me up on the next one.
So how many coats are on that? Can you show us the difference?
Yeah, so one coat, you can still see the tape. And really this coat was just to get the tape adhered. And then the second coat, I use a skinny trowel and I just start to cover it. And then the third coat, I use a wider trowel to like really smooth it out. So I haven't sanded this yet, but this is after the third coat. And this should sand and be really nice and smooth. And then this is what it looks like. I just did the third coat on this one, so that's what it looks like while it's still wet. When I was a kid, we weren't allowed to say we hated things. We had to find a different word. But I hate this. Sorry, Mom. Soap gets everywhere. Like, everywhere. And all I want to do is take a real shower. But it also means it's the last step before applying texture, which is also really exciting. So.
That is a clever trick.
This seemed like the least messy way to get it all out of the bag. It's kind of like frosting a cake.
Babe, you just made that very woman-like.
So? I am woman. We're almost done insulating. We totally forgot to insulate this bay and we didn't realize it until we put the next sheet on.
Don't fall.
That's not funny. I just got all of our insulation in, which is amazing, sort of. There's a giant hole right here. I'm actually gonna put a large window in. It'll end up above the couch, and I think it'll be really cool to be able to look down into the shop. You'll actually be able to see out the windows on the other side, which is really cool. I think it'll also help let some light into the shop and vice versa into the apartment. So for now, we're just gonna drywall over the whole thing to hold our heat in and so that we don't fall out. And then when our appliances get here, we'll roto-zip out an opening, we'll move our appliances in, then we'll put the window in and finish drywalling. We had so much fun yesterday. I hope you guys enjoyed watching us drive our snow track Jeep for the first time. If you haven't, I'll drop a link to that video up here and you guys should go check it out.
That was absolutely one of the most fun days we've had in a long time.
I think it really motivated at least me to keep working on the apartment so that we can have like this warm, cozy place to live so that we can keep doing epic adventures like that.
Definitely.
So, the last few days I have just been taping seams and mudding them and getting all of the layers on needed, and I think I'm finally ready to texture the ceiling today.
We really like the way that the hand troweled smooth texture turns out, and so we're gonna give it a shot.
We've done it in the past and we've kind of learned some things that worked well for us, so let's do it.
All right, let's get to it. All right, Courtney, can you tell us what you have going on?
So, I'm sorry if you do this professionally because I probably don't do it how I should, but this is what's worked well for me. Brand new box of texture, and then I'm gonna thin it down, and so I've been wanting to try this because I haven't done it, but apparently a little bit of dish soap can really help with the surface tension to get a really smooth coat. Thin it down, then I'm gonna put it in the paint tray, I'm gonna use a paint roller to get it up there, and then I'm gonna use this squeegee to get it nice and smooth. So let's do it. We're gonna add that much. Watch out.
Now it smells like a kitchen in here.
We're gonna give that a shot. Fair warning, if you try this crazy Courtney method, it is extremely messy and I recommend protecting anything you care about. Now, did I?
What? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, in your ponytail, for sure.
And that's how I scapegoat. All right, I'm gonna do that for the next hours and hours and hours and hours. See you later.
I said mandatory break time. You have to take a bite of this. Yes. Courtney is extreme focusing. This seems like a step that a lot of people dread, but to us it's just one more step closer to getting to move into our nice, warm, clean space.
I still dread it.
I don't really do a lot in it, so.
It's messy, but at least we're doing it in a house with no floors or furniture.
I really appreciate how meticulous and neat Courtney is when it comes to this kind of stuff, and that she just gets it done, because I would make a big mess and it'd be really frustrating. We have to pause the music to be able to talk to the camera, and every time I stop the music, then Courtney stops dancing, and I'm trying to catch her dancing.
I highly recommend rocking out to your favorite music while you do this because it makes it so much better.
How's it going?
It's going pretty darn well. I can't stop because then my stuff drops. Put my music back on, dude.
What's going on?
There's so much texture in my hair.
It's all over your clothes, it's all over your shoes, it's all over your face, it's all in your hair.
I have this giant room done, which is good. Now I'm gonna go to the bedroom. Oh!
What happened?
I dropped it. Which means it might have gotten boogers on it. Boogers are your worst nightmare.
Not boogers.
I heard them playing out the window.
Courtney has been living dangerously. Every time I look, her hair is half an inch from hitting the ceiling.
Last swipe. Just kidding.
Oh.
Last swipe.
Now last swipe.
It's a lot of work.
Nice job, Courtney.
We are never building a house bigger than this. I still have to do the bathroom, but that's not gonna be for a couple more days. So I'm gonna celebrate the ceilings being textured, then I'll sand them, then I'll prime them, and then I'll touch up any little spots that look ugly, and then I'll prime that again, and then we'll get them.
Perfect. Awesome. That's exciting that we're moving on to interior finish.
Do I look as dirty as I feel?
Yes.
Oh my goodness!
Whoa.